You seeing this right here? Minus $94,000. Hit the soundtrack. Yep. We gotta hit the Bleach soundtrack, bro. Minus $94,000. Man divorces wife after she puts him in debt, sending him to almost 6 figures to male streamer. Article right here. This kind of reminds me of that one time there was the article. A Fate Grand Order enthusiast who lives at home with his parents at the young age of 40 has spent over $70,000 into Fate Grand Order. Just to show you that, listen, it's not just the men. The ladies are prone to falling into these parasocial relationships, and that is at the root cause of these problems. Let's read the article. A man in central China has filed for divorce after learning his wife blew their life savings on a male streamer, sending him 670,000 yuan, around 94k USD. I was hoping that the 94k was, you know, our Canadian monopoly money, or maybe some other, you know, currency. But no, it's USD. That is fat. That is heavy. And leaving the family deep in debt. Mr. Liu from Zhengzhou spent 8 years living frugally and funneling nearly all his income to his wife, hoping to give her a sense of security. You fucked up right there. You fucked up right there. You trusted your wife. And your wife was only going to stick around if it's based on money. That is a very, very brittle foundation for love. True love is not about financial dependence or financial literacy. People get so absorbed in consumerism and capitalism that they think that rather than marrying someone for a deeper connection, it's about, can you, contribute to a down payment to a house here? And it's honestly a terrible symptom of a deeper problem there is. This dude thought that, yep, I gotta give this girl all my money or she gonna leave me. And you know what? Damn, maybe he deserves this shit. Maybe he deserves this shit because he is such a loser and not confident as a man. He thought that the only way a woman would stick around is if there is money on the line. And I know there's a lot of loser children who's been red pill listening to fucking Hustle podcast thinking, nah, you gotta get a Bugatti, bro. You gotta get a fucking money, bro. No. The type of women that you're trying to get are like Instagram models. You think they're there for true love? These are not wife candidates. These are one-night stands. What do you think's gonna happen if all you chase are toxic women who sees you for a fucking number sign? From the beginning, it was gonna fucking fail. According to the South China Morning Post, he saved 1.16 million yuan, 163,000 USD during that time, all of which he entrusted to her. So where did the other part go, huh? So we're not completely just burnt just yet. But when he recently asked to check the account, his wife refused, raising suspicions. She later broke down and admitted the money was gone. I need to know which the live streamer this is. I gotta learn from this guy, bro. How did he swindle 6 figures from this wife? Out of the 1.16 million yuan, she had picked 670,000 to a male live streamer she followed obsessively. She couldn't explain where the rest of the money went. What do you mean? You can't explain where the money went? No, that's your money. Nah, wait. It doesn't just go poof. What do you... Listen, it's not like $20 out of the pocket just gone overnight. This is what? You had 163 overall. About 100,000 gone. Where's the rest? Where's the 63K? Where the fuck did it go? You lying. Nuh-uh. On top of that, she had borrowed another 80,000 yuan, 11K, from online lenders, pushing the family into debt. Damn. She taking out loans. Her man's is not enough. Bro, that's why she left. Her husband was so pathetic, he couldn't make enough money so that his money can go to the pockets of another person. I can't believe the wife needed to rely on lenders. Sharks, man. Credit loans. Wow, I can't believe this is, because of the husband's fault. Liu said that he lived in a bare bones rental costing... Damn. Bro was living in a fucking shit shack. He's out there like it's Konosuba. Fucking, what's it called? Kazuma's first day in Konosuba land, sleeping in the horse shed with the fucking poop there and the horse hay, bro. Oh my god. And he still got betrayed. A month while sending nearly every spare cent home, his wife has been a full-time caregiver for their child since they married 8 years ago. You think it can't get worse? Yes, it can. Now we got a child involved. We have a fucking mother of a child giving away their entire livelihood to another man who is a live streamer. I've been saving money on food and expenses and offered all my money to her. However, she gave the money to another man, he told the Hen on TV. Adding that he felt stabbed in the back and no longer loved her. Well, here's the thing. I don't think she ever loved you, my man. And I don't think that you actually... Here's the thing, right? People are blinded by love. Love is such a toxic and a beautiful thing where you're no longer clear-headed, right? Unconditional love. You convince yourself that this is it. This is the true one. And the older you get, the more desperate you become of like, I can't find another. I'm getting too old. Man, I gotta settle down with this one. It leads to making poor decisions. There's a lot of fucking venomous serpent in the wild, man. And they see a dude who is so insecure that he's been convinced that the wife will leave if she is not given this money, that she doesn't own the bank account. Bro, I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, what a pathetic loser. A little bit of victim shaming right now, which is not going to be productive, but you have to really wonder to yourself, right? This is a problem on all fronts. A shitty ass fucking wife who saw a pathetic, weak, backboned male who she could farm off of, and a weak ass man who was deluded into thinking that this woman actually loved him when it was at the end of the day about control, money. So many people get played and it's just sad to see. The wife admitted she became obsessed with the streamer. Bro, give me the fucking streamer's name. Chat logs reportedly showed her asking her to color showed her asking him to call her baby. Look, chat, she's in the chat and she's like, yo, can you call me baby? Call me baby. This is a fucking grown-ass woman. This is a mom. This is a mom with a child. You have a baby. You want to be called baby? Go take care of your fucking baby. Though she insisted they never met offline. Cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Nah. I don't believe her. Insisted they never met offline. This is like a wife got caught cheating with the husband. Sorry, on the husband. And the wife's like, well, I didn't actually cheat. I only sucked his dick. We didn't go all the way. This is the kind of bullshit I smell right now. With the savings wiped out and 80,000 yuan in debt, Liu now plans to recover half of the couple's common property before filing for divorce. Now, what does this mean here? Recover half of the couple's common property, so I guess assets, right? So I don't know how much she has contributed to the overall net worth of the family, but you know what? Yes. He should take the half and get the fuck out because this is a roach. I feel bad for the kid overall. This isn't the first extreme case of involving viewers sending massive sums to live streamers. Absolutely. This is one story amongst many. Last year, another man in China lived on steamed buns and drained his family's life savings, even stealing hundreds of thousands to send a streamer roughly $500,000 USD just to be called bro. Yep, I remember that one. And in South Korea, a man who had donated 70K to a female streamer was arrested after confessing to kill her, a case that shocked the region streaming community. Yeah, exactly. This is not like a Chinese thing. This is not like a Korea thing. This is a live streaming thing. In fact, in Japan, there was a live streaming girl who was murdered on stream, stabbed to death, because a guy who was mentally ill basically gave her all the donations and she basically took it and there was nothing, I guess, follow-up after that, and he killed her. That happened. And time after time, what do we know about this show, right? Remember this? Who remembers Oshinoko, bro? I remember Oshinoko. What was the story here? Parasocial relationships. First episode tells you that parasocial relationships get you so fucking deep that you die. You actually die. People are very mentally ill online. When you are hidden behind an anonymous screen with the keyboard to say whatever you want, and the nature of not YouTube content, because YouTube content, listen, it's basically looking at your favorite content creator in a window of opportunity, like a time capture, right? You're not really interacting, but you're listening to their words, and eventually you do become, you know, some sort of like idol to them, some sort of, I don't know, something to worship. I mean, people get really weird with this shit, right? And then live streaming on top of that is even more parasocial because why? There's direct interactions happening real time. And when there's direct interaction happening real fucking time, they basically spend more time with you than their family. And they delude themselves into thinking we're actually family. Some streamers literally lean into that. I don't want to condemn, you know, certain VTubers or other people who calls their community family and their love. Some people call them wife or husband. It feels fucking weird to me, but you know how I run things, right? I immediately shut that shit down. I put a fucking wall of parasocial barrier and say, get the fuck out of here. Because I actually have some respect for you. Many people think that I'm some really mean and cruel person, but no. Most of the times, I am calling out those people who are basically throwing away their human dignity to become like my loyal fan. They think that like because of how lonely and desperate they are in real life that they can latch onto me, and it deludes into the parasocial relationship. And if I really wanted to make money, I would milk you for everything I got. I'd call you family. I'd call you whatever this and that. I say I couldn't do this without you. I'd make sure you're taken care of. I'd make sure to say that you're welcome. And every day, day in, day out, I'd ask for donations. Donations. I'd say, guys, I'm falling behind on rent. Can you pay me some money? You were family, right? I can't do this without you. If you want them more content, you guilt trip them. It's so fucking crazy. It's disgusting. And yeah, in the short term, you can make a lot of money doing that. In the long term, though, bigger problems arise. You have crazy people becoming more crazy, feeding into this. They get taken advantage of, they feel betrayed, and then boom, what happens? A knife to the fucking gut, bro. Here's some comments. Having a buddy who was currently getting a divorce, his wife was obsessed with gambling streamers and was dating one over Discord. Drained over the account of 30K plus gambling, give it to the streamer. Guy is absolutely heartbroken. They've been together since high school. Damn. Childhood friend, love, marriage, all gone. Donating money to a fucking streamer over gambling. My wife and I went to a wedding with them last year, and I remember telling my wife how bizarre it was that she was telling everyone how she was best friend with these streamers. So fucking weird and sad all around. Yes, parasocial relationships, when you push it too much, it can get very delusional, very toxic, bro. What other comments are there? Let's see some of the other top comments in here. Crazy. Some people so obsessed with their favorite streamer. I mean, what's even crazier is that there's this subreddit where people come in to mock their favorite streamer or their hated streamer. Some people are obsessed with their least favorite streamers as well. Basically, it's just like if you're on this subreddit, it's like, don't pretend to act like you're the better one. You're all in on this together. It's a nasty ass fucking orgasm and we're treating like content. Reading this story is so sad. They had a kid together too, so this is really gonna hurt the kid's life too. It's insane how somebody can absolutely ruin their life over this stuff. Really sad story for the husband. Cannot imagine having to rationalize that. I just worked multiple years living in basically frugality, right? You are living bare bones to assure some sort of future with your family. And what does the fucking wife do? All that money has gone to another dude that says, hey, you want me to call you a baby? Yo, donate all your fucking money that your husband made. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. This must be who was gifting all the subs to Peekaboo during OnlyFans too. I don't know what the fuck that is. These parasocial relationships are literally destroying not only the people who donate, but those around them. Scratch my head. And yeah, I think that people don't actually understand how dangerous parasocial relationship is. And that's why I am so harsh and fucking draw a line whenever you guys try to get too close. Sometimes people will show up, right? And you're gonna call me fucked up right now, but how many times you guys remember when someone shows up and they do like a trauma spill? One person literally pulled up and said, I have cancer. I don't have anyone to tell. And I'm like, listen, you might be lying, you might not be lying, but this is not the place to do it. You truly might not have anyone left to do, but like, there's a lot of people who prey upon, you know, emotionally vulnerable people acting as some sort of like victim and try to use like, I'm suicidal, I'm this, I need to latch onto you. And it gets very fucking messy. People come in saying, you know, I want a birthday wish. I have nobody, no friends, no nothing. It's my birthday. Can you wish me a birthday wish? And you know what? It doesn't hurt for me to say happy birthday, right? I hope that you're doing well. But at the end of the day, this is not helpful. This is like actually feeding into the delusion. You need to have a sense of like respect for yourself and dignity. I am simply an entertainer. Anyone else you watch is simply an entertainer. This is a transactional relationship and we can have a lot of fun time. But the moment that you think that there is something beyond, that we are genuine friends because we simply interact all day, every day together, that's when things get shaky. So you have to do a little bit of self-reflection, catch yourself and realize, hey, you're you, I'm me. I'm gonna watch the content. And as long as you entertain, good. But there's nothing beyond that. Do not play into this. If you're so deep into the VTuber rabbit hole, listen, I have nothing against VTubers, but I see this a lot happening in VTuber stuff because of the idol culture that is predicated inherently within VTuber culture, right? Do not delude yourself into thinking that you have a chance with this girl. Do not give yourself, and even for male VTubers too, right? What is this? It's like a boyfriend simulator. It's like a girlfriend simulator. You need to respect yourself no matter how desperate and lonely you are, because you are literally a victim. You are prey being preyed upon. And if you have any sense of self-respect, do a little bit of self-reflection.